How's it going, folks? So the band Edge of Paradise is back with another new song they dropped. Well, technically not necessarily new. It's called Soldiers of Danger, and I believe this song was released on like Spotify or other streaming platforms a bit ago, like it's been out. But this is the first proper video. It's a lyric video that we've gotten for the song, and I specifically did not check out the song when it hit the streaming platforms and all that kind of stuff because I was waiting. I was waiting for an official lyric or music video, and so here we are. I have not heard this. I know probably, a lot of you may have. Some of you may not have, like me. So, like I said, I specifically waited, but the wait is over. We got a lyric video. I'm looking forward to this. And and their new album comes out July 14th, hardly a month away. So, yeah, I mean, good things are in store for Edge of Paradise fans. But yeah, I really enjoyed the last single, Hologram, so looking forward to this. Rangers, go. Wow, that's got to be one of the heaviest riffs I've heard in a Edge of Paradise song. I mean, that riff was downright nasty. Just head banging, like breakdown worthy, nasty. It just sounded so crunchy and so heavy. It really took me by surprise. And then I love there at the end. I kind of thought this song was over because it was kind of fading out a bit, and then boom, they hit you again with that sick riff. And it's a sick beat too, a sick rhythm, and just gnarly. So yeah, I love that. You know, infusing that in with their style of because then the song also. It, pretty much, by like the bridge and after the bridge kind of into the final, like chorus and the rest just gets downright epic. The chorus in general was pretty epic, but then it really, everything kind of lands there towards the end, after the bridge and all that stuff. And it just gets to be this epic, cinematic type quality to their sound that they're so good at creating. But this here, well, no, I mean they create that epic just scope a lot, with like the unknown and a lot of songs on there and things like that. I was gonna say this has one of the most like epic kind of grand sounding, moments and all that stuff, but they are really good at doing that, and they've done that before, but it still kind of stands out because it truly just gets it's fitting because in the video, you see like the planets, you see ships and all that stuff intertwined with some live clips, which is cool. But it's very fitting to see the cosmos because it helps even really hammer home like just the sheer scope and scale of the sound. And they really nail that, with their unique style of kind of industrial, a little bit of like metallic. I've tried to explain the sound before, but it's tricky because there's like industrial, and then there's like their own unique kind of style of this almost metallic cyber sort of sound. And so that mixed in with that, with some symphonic stuff, and it really just sounds something, sci-fi and kind of out of this world. So it really cool. And the vocals here, I mean, Margarita Monet does not need to impress us anymore with her vocals. We all know she's amazing, but this song just continues to show how versatile her voice is. Just being able to handle such a grand sound, and having your vocals have to kind of still lead the charge in a sense. It's just remarkable. But then also the way she'll go between kind of that just loud kind of powerful voice to more of a falsetto kind of like really nice high, and then back. Just very versatile, and that is another just very unique quality to the band that she just brings, just with her voice, that just creates something special. Now, one thing I will say about this song, and that might be nitpicking a little bit. I have to listen to the song again, but as y'all know, this is always just my first listen, my first time through. So sometimes my opinion can change a little bit, when I listen to a song more because I'm trying to take in a lot, just off the initial listen. And again, like I said, I might be nitpicking a bit because one thing I also want to say is, there's many bands out there now that I have kind of over time feel like I I consider them to be like my friends in a sense, and so sometimes it can be difficult when I'm reacting to a band to where I've had either Ranger talks with, or I chat occasionally on social media, or like I said, right, I kind of consider them to be my friends. And some may say, "Oh, I'm always just gonna cater to those folks," but actually, it's quite the opposite because I'm aware of that. Folks know like how much I'm into a band, or that I talk to them, or I was sent merch by them, or whatever. Part of me, I think I'm actually harder on those bands because I'm trying to compensate for the preconception some may have that I'm going to be easier on them. So I, in turn, am kind of actually harder on them. Anywho, it's just one of those things. But so I might be just nitpicking a bit much, but the verses, the first and the second verse, I try to pay closer attention to the second verse, but something about the verses, it, it just, there's like a lot going on in there. And there's a few things where I feel like it's not all coming together like as one, like with the same mission or the same goal. I feel like there's a few things that are kind of going separate ways, and it's just not quite aligning, like the vocal melody you have, and then you kind of have like some like keyboard or some symphonic stuff going, and then you kind of have the drums. Those are like the three main things. The guitar may have been a player in this as well, but there was just a lot happening there in the verses, and it just felt like it wasn't one cohesive sound going in one agreed upon direction. There was just I felt a smidge disoriented in the verses. Like I like what they're going for. I could follow it. It wasn't like too drastic to where it's like this is just chaos. But there was a feeling of disorientation for me in the first and second verse, just between the instrumentation and the vocal melody. I don't know, some just felt slightly off in there, and I think it's just maybe there was a little too much happening, and a couple things were going one way, and another thing was kind of going a little bit of a different way. So it was just threw me off a little bit. Anywho, that's something I'll have to really listen to closely when I listen to the song again. But other than that, really impressive song. Like I said, I mean that heavy riff. Oh man, it's just so good, so good. I was not expecting such a blast of such a heavy, crunchy riff that just makes you want to jump in a pit and just go all in. But then the song also just gets so grand and epic and cinematic in scale, and they just kind of weave the two together in a really great way. And that heaviness there with that main like kind of breakdown riff helps even to elevate the whole sound as a whole, even though it's not as present like in the chorus or all of that stuff. But it really sets the foundation of like this really powerful sound. And the rest of the song, like especially like in the chorus and all that stuff, takes that power that's kind of being established and kind of turns it more like upward instead of down and heavy and dirty. It kind of turns it more upward, and it just gets really the scope just gets elevated beautifully. So really stellar song here. I really am impressed, as always, by this band. I'm really looking forward to this album. I feel like it's going to be quite diverse, and I mean they're going all in. They're going all in. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on that. Again, the new album comes out July 14th. Stoked. Let me know in the comments down below, folks. What'd you think of this song? What did you think of this song? I'd love to know y'all's thoughts. But that's what I got for y'all today, and I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.